Hello, here we're going to learn how to create virtual environments with conda. And after having installed conda, either with Miniforge or with mini conda, you can see all the stuff that was installed here, wherever you have installed it. Here, for example, in my case, I use Miniforge, which is using the CondaForge channel. And you can see all the subfolders, specifically this one, which is called envs. This is where the virtual environments are going to appear after the installation of them. So you don't create the virtual environments here, you create it with a terminal, but there are different ways to create virtual environments. And we have to use a terminal. So I open terminal. When you install conda as a package manager, you get this base in parentheses. This means that you're in your home environment or the base environment of conda. So conda is active. If you want to exit conda, you can do it. I can show you that in another video. But if your normal workflow or data science, data analysis, machine learning, you just keep it as it is, unless you have another specific needs. Okay. So let's start. So you can check the installation of conda also by typing conda version. Conda 24.7.1. You can also check the Python version you have installed here. Python 3.12.3. So for creating, the reason of creating virtual environments is that you don't want to put all the packages and tools for all of your projects in the same place. So you need to create specific kind of rooms, kind of bubbles that are isolated from each other to put your packages for your different needs. So this is the logic of virtual environments. So let's start creating one. So we call conda like conda, hey conda, and then conda create, the command for saying conda create this environment. And we have to specify with this flag name or just n. Let's call this extract PDF. So let's imagine that I'm going to do a project where I want to extract PDF context and try to analyze it. Okay, so I just do this. Conda is working using channel CondaForge. I got a warning saying that my conda is outdated, but I will ignore that. But I recommend you to do it to keep up to date your conda. I proceed, yes. So now conda is installed. To activate my virtual environment, I use this command, or to deactivate it, I use this one. So to use your environment, to start working with it and installing stuff in it, you have to always activate your environment. So conda activate extract PDF. Now you see that now it's not base anymore, it's extract PDF. This is because I'm not in the base environment, I'm in this new virtual environment, which is called extract PDF. Let's see what I have here. For example, do I have Python here? No, Python was not found. Why? Because Python is installed in the base environment, not in the virtual environment. So first I need to install Python. So which version of Python do I need? Python download. I check different versions. Let's see, 3.11.10. So I put Python, sorry, is conda, please conda install Python equal, always equal without spaces, and 3 the version 10. Okay, it's starting to work. And here shows all the stuff that comes with Python installation. You said yes, and now Python should be installed in a moment. So yeah, Python to check the version. So this means that you can have different versions of Python in your computer, but you want your base environment and other versions in different virtual environments. And if you go to your directory of Miniforge or Miniconda, now EMS, you have extract PDF, the environment appears here already. But you don't just forget about that. We will use only the terminal to that. So for example, to manipulate the terminal, there's another wiki entry we have created. But if you want to more in detail about how to use the command line on the terminal, you can use, for example, Windows PowerShell commands. I mean, YouTube, Google is full of that. Bash commands for macOS, Linux, cheat sheet, etc. You get a lot of information about which tools to use, and also specifically for conda documentation. You see, for example, how to, let's see, be more specific with, let's say, conda documentation, managing environments, all the commands for managing environments. You can find it here with name, for example, to specifying the version of Python, create an environment with specific package. So yeah, you have different options different commands. So managing channels, managing packages, managing Python, etc. You have a lot of stuff to use: conda search, conda install, other managing virtual packages. Okay, so many stuff that we don't cover in this video because otherwise it would be too long. So we go back to the terminal, and let's say that I want to install another thing. Let's say conda install, and before that pip is also installed. So for installing packages, normally you have to use pip, but you can use always conda. It's better to use first conda and then pip if you need or if you have to. So install Jupyter Lab, but for installing packages you have to always check better, like in this case Jupyter Lab installation conda, for example. You see the installation of conda of Jupyter Lab using conda is this one. So yeah, so is conda install. I could do it like this way, but I want to be more specific, like conda, and this flag is for channel. See, conda forge is the channel, and then Jupyter Lab. Then it's working. Okay, proceed yes. Now I have Jupyter Lab in a minute. So Jupyter Lab is in my environment, it's not in the base environment. Well, in my case, I have it also in my base environment. This is only for example, so I can launch Jupyter Lab from the terminal like this. And voila, yeah, this is a Jupyter Lab. As I mentioned, this looks different probably compared to your case, but because I have done other configurations. So you can terminate Jupyter Lab here just by Control Z or Control Y. Okay, and then yeah, you can continue installing or managing you can continue managing your packages, etc. You can deactivate the environment, conda deactivate, then you're back in the base environment. So there's another way to create environments. Let's say, for example, where am I? Let's say I want to create a project folder. Let's create a new directory. Make dir is the bash and also PowerShell command to create a new folder or directory. Make dir projects, let's say. And also make dir analysis, let's say, or PDFs extract. Just this, and we can go to the directory, cd projects PDF. Is another way of installing or creating a virtual environment. Just the easy way. Cd projects, cd PDFs extract. What did I do wrong here? I'm supposed to, you can check what's in ls. Oh. It's empty my directory, so just put like PDF extract. Okay, now it's there. So cd PDF extract. Sorry for this inconvenience. Okay, so you know that I'm already on the, you can see now I am in this directory in this path. So I can also create an environment here in another way. Conda create prefix or p, and then env. Why am I doing this? Is because I want to create the environment within the directory of my project. So for example, let's just do this. Okay, proceed yes. So now, for example, in this case, I go to my home, and for example, I have this project here. Sorry, that's why I couldn't access this. So you remember that I created this directory, projects. Now I have this PDF extract. Okay, open it. This is my environment. Okay, if I want to check, for example, Miniforge and the environments, this is the other ones that I had created, but the new one is not here. Why? Because the other virtual environment that I created is inside my project folder in this specific project. Okay, so I have my environment here. This is useful for other people. For example, if you want to move of your environment to a USB pen drive and to install it on another computer. So it depends on your preference. In my case, I do it like this way. So to activate this environment, you only have to put like conda activate env. Okay, and then the downside of this is that you get this huge path to refer to your environment, and then you can start working with managing your packages, installing stuff. Conda deactivate. Okay, back to the base environment. So yeah, these are the main two ways of installing or creating virtual environments. You use your main preference. And yeah, so in the next video we will cover how to install packages and how to follow the documentations, because you can also use conda for installing, and also pip, which is the Python standard for installing packages. But we will discuss the considerations for which one to use. Okay, so see you in the next one.